right, y'all. Good morning and welcome to House Edge Live. It's John from Pro Craps out here in beautiful Wenatchee, Washington. It was 105 yesterday and sunny. Actually, it was kind of humid yesterday. For the first, we don't get humidity here. My mom moved with us. What was it? Back in late May, early June. She's been here for a few months, and she's from Florida, and she's like, bringing sweaters and stuff because even though it's 100 here or 95 here, we don't get the humidity like they do in Florida. Florida, it's 100 degrees and 100% humidity. Here, we don't have that. So it's not the same kind of heat. It's a dry heat. Yesterday was humid, man. Yesterday was awful. So today looks like it's going to be a beautiful 95 degrees and sunny and no humidity, and can't wait to be done with the show and go outside and have some coffee. Anyway, let's get to it. We're going to go do a couple things today. We're going to play, of course, our one hit and walk strategy. I want to talk a little bit about last night's blackjack play. We're going to talk a little bit about the low house edge guys one more time. So here we go. Before we get into it, obviously, let's make sure that we understand where we're coming from here. Now, remember, this show is for entertainment purposes only. There's no guarantees of winning. When I show you ways to win, I show you ways that are more likely to win, I hope, but there's no guarantees here, right? Everything we do, and I want you to filter what you hear me say through the lens of this stuff, the bridge concept, right? Your bankroll has a lot to say about how you're going to experience the day at a casino, right? It indicates what kind of leverage you have, how hard you can go in. It tells you how long and how well you can handle loss, right? Your appetite for risk, your aversion to risk tells you how you're likely to play most of the time, right? Unless you're playing opposite of that, right? We learn on this show and others how to identify opportunity to leave or lean in, and how to start building that discipline muscle so we can get the hell out of there when it's time to get out. I always set a goal, and I always keep myself, for the most part, emotionally in check. Again, a lot of what we do here is talking about strategies, and your mindset just connects everything together. So my personal little pie looks like this, right? I have not a ton of bankroll, but enough to get through. I'm big on goals. I'm big on money management. I don't worry about my emotions so much because I'm a pretty even-keeled guy. I'm pretty averse to risk, and that's why I play with so much discipline, right? So my pie chart looks like that. You got to construct your own pie chart to see how your life works, okay? So anyway, here we go. Quick rundown here of what's coming up. Big AZ, late September. Casino Tiers has got a full slate of affairs coming up. All casino tiers, with the exception of Brownwater Bash, are learning events. So you're going to be at the table with Ed and 10 Ton and Bo, learning betting and dice throwing. So if those dates fit, get your tickets now, right? They sell out pretty fast. Casino Tiers events only have 7 people, so they sell out really quick. So if you want to get in on that, get in on it. Craps for the Cure made some more progress yesterday. We got a few more of the dog funding items sold. I just want to go here and show you a couple things, but again, tickets are $100. You can buy stuff for the dogs. You can do the big sponsorships. Let me go to the website real quick and show you crapsforthecure.com where everything is and what things look like. So let's go switch to this screen over here. You should be able to see that. Okay. Here it is, crapsforthecure.com. And you'll see the event list is starting to take shape. I've got I got a TBD on Saturday still. I got 2 TBDs on Sunday. The David and John Bridge thing might take 2 hours, so I'm leaving the 6 o'clock hour open. So Saturday to me is pretty much filled. Me and Lori and a veteran for Coffee and Crafts, Ed Robbins, is going to play Bet on Me, the first person, where I will throw the dice. He will bet and explain his bets. David will do some home dealing drills, mostly check drills with us. Ryan and Mark are going to talk about cruising and crafts, and Jen is going to jump into that conversation too, I think, and really talk about cruising for comps strategies versus just playing to win on a cruise ship. That's going to be a really fun debate. Bo Parker will come in, and he will also do the Bet on Me thing, same as Ed, and then we'll do the bridge. Sunday, again, we'll do a little Coffee and Crafts opener. We'll talk about what a good player is through the eyes of a casino executive, how they view you. Open spot there. We have more cruising and crafts with Brian and Brian and Jen. Heavy and Gargoyle will then talk together for an hour or so, talking about Axis Power Crafts, being a heavy hitter, and a little bit of their journey through the early days when it might have been a little tough for them. Open slot there. We're going to end with Crafts Chat Live. So coming together, we've got, obviously, there's other people in town. We got Joe, we got Jeff, we got other people. that will fill in the blanks here. We might do some Jeopardy. Joe from Craftsmaster Journey wanted to do like a Craps Jeopardy kind of thing. So we have lots of good ideas. I'm just waiting for some people to say, yes, this is my time, and then I can go with it. Anyway, all that to say, event tickets. Click the link at the top. You can go ahead and buy your $100 2-day pass for the event. Very, very easy to get that done. You want to pay for dog training? Click this link, and it brings you here, and you can see all the items. The dog food, $75 a bag, the cooling vest, the cooling mats, the supplements, the crate. All this stuff literally goes right. They buy it, they put it in a locker for the dogs, and it's their stuff. Like, every dog's got their stuff. This is us buying stuff for the dogs that we have purchased. We have purchased 2 dogs, Mooch and Pearson. Here they are, right? This stuff goes right to them, and these are cheap, right, for the most part. Can't afford $5,000? Cool. Buy a bag of poop bags, or buy a box of poop bags for us. That's what we're looking for this year. Okay. The last thing, of course, if you are a heavy hitter, high impact donations, right? You can spend $1,000. Everybody who spends $1,000, by the way, gets training with Bo Parker. Everybody who puts up $5,000. You want to put up $5,000 and have a Casino Quest experience with David and Alex, like dinner and a show and like playing with them and the whole thing. It's a full day with those two. That's an amazing one, right? Full access to the Nexus, full access to the CQ Nexus online dealer courses, full access to the dealer courses with an audition with David and Alex in person. This right here, this one and the Bo Parker one are unbelievable deals. They're both worth way more than what they are putting them up here for. So get in on that, right? We have a few of these. Obviously, I think there's 100 remaining or 10 remaining, whatever they're doing. So there it is. There's your high impact stuff. You want to get on the action here, pay for the training, come out to the event, buy something big. Merch store will be opened up very, very soon. Working on the merch store now, as a matter of fact, because I got somebody working on a new logo for us, and it's just not quite there yet. So once the logo's done, we'll get it. All right, there might have been an echo on that screen, Vegas Station, but when I switch that screen, my mic doesn't turn off. So that could have been a thing. Sorry about that. There is no limit, Dan, on the number of people who can go. We have room in that back room. So if you remember Casino Quest, if you've been to Casino Quest, raise your hand. If you've been there, we're going to be in the back room. So the not the main where we were last year, but that side room where they film all their videos. There's a blackjack table, there's a craps table, there's a couch, there's a bunch of chairs in there. That'll be our space. So we'll be off the main floor, not bugging everybody, doing our own thing. We can be as loud as we want to. We can kind of spread out as we need to. That's where it's going to be. So, yeah, head on in there. That'll hold about 25, 30 people. We have 6 people going so far. So we're not probably going to stretch the limits of that room. So anyway, there's your CFTC update. We've already got $2,500 almost raised. So let's try and get the 10K before next month. If we can get the 10K, 10% raised before we even get there, or 20% raised before we even get there. That'd be fantastic. Wouldn't it be great? I'd love to see the dog stuff, all the dog toys and stuff sold out before we arrive. So, all right, there's your update, Craps for the Cure wise. Now, last night, I got to tell you a little story here. I went to the casino last night and I really kind of blew it. Blackjack for the win. I'm playing a lot of blackjack anymore because in my town, that's all I have. I have blackjack. I've got this ridiculous 4-card poker game. We've got some Pai Gow in town. No baccarat, which kind of sucks, but there's it's all these like weird blackjacks. The one casino has actual regular blackjack. The rest of it's like Spanish 21, which has no tens in it. Just there's some weird variations here, but there is a couple tables that are straight up and they're $3, right? $3 minimums. So last night I had it. I hit the 1, 3, 2, 4 twice. Like literally, I sat down at the table, waited. We were almost at the end of the shoe, so I waited. The guy finished the shoe. He reshuffles the card. It's all hand shuffled. It's 5-deck hand shuffled if you're interested. Bought it for my $100 with mom and Kathy played last night too. And I won the first 8 hands in a row. Like literally 8 hands in a row I won. Like, oh my God. Two of them were splits with a double down as part of the split. Like that's how good that run was, right? I won everything. I didn't lose a bet, but I did not bet it strong. I'll show you what I did and what I'm going to start doing in the future. So I'm actually going to switch down to the craps table real quick. Oh God, I did it again. Hold on a second. My camera doesn't. I had to reboot the computer yesterday, and the camera. Where's it pointing to? Other wall. Now it's pointing to the other wall. Hold on. Let's go top down. And there it comes in. Okay. Well, that almost made it. Let's go. Oh, you know what I got to do? Let me go here. Sorry. Let's go here. There. Okay. Oh my God, look at that mess. What a mess. Hold on. Why is it not remembering what to do with the cameras? Rotate, rotate. There we go. Okay, sorry about all that. I rebooted yesterday and everything went to hell in a handbasket, it looks like. So last night, here's what happened, right? I'm out there and it's a $5 game, literally, right? So I go out $5, right? And I win, right? So that they pay me, and I from my play stack, right? I put in another buck, right? Another nickel. So now it's 1-3, right? I win the 3, I drop down to 2, I win the 2, I go to 4, and I win the 4, right? And I'm like, ooh, baby, look at me go, right? I take all this back. Remember, I bought in, I played a nickel, I added a nickel, right? My net here is this. I'm at 10 units, right? In net profit. And I'm like, hey, baby, there it is, right? That's awesome. And I went right back to 1 unit, right? And I put all this over here in my stack, and I did it again. 1, dropped 1, go to 3, win the 3, drop to 2, win 2, win 4, and I went back to 1 unit bet, right? And so I'm looking at my stack and I'm like, that's cool, right? I got, there's 50, there's 100, right? 100, there's my original 2 units. So I have $105. And I'm like, who's the boss right now? And then I came home last night and I'm like, man, you hit 8 blackjack hands in a row. You really should have beat that better. Right now, as it was, I bought him for 100. I was up 100% plus, right? And I literally took 25 or 30 bucks out of that, and I played that. I locked up my 150. I played that for the rest of the night. I played on this $25 for about 2 hours, believe it or not. But really, what I should be doing, and I'm going to show you the tweak to the 1, 3, 2, 4 we're going to make. So if you go 1, you win 1, and you drop 1. Okay, you're at 3. You win the 3, right? You drop to 2. Now I got my original bankroll back plus 2 units, right? You win 2, you press it up, and you win 4, right? And you're like I'm a boss. Now what I've got is 10 units in profit plus my original 2 back, right? That's what we know. The next thing, bam, we put out 2 units. We're going to take the 2. We're going to double up the base. 2, and we drop 2. Now it's 3 bets of 2 units each, right? If you win that, you're going to win 6 units. Go back down to 2 units. This goes locked up, okay? Watch the profit start building, all right? 2 units wins 4 units, and we stack that up. And the last win gets different colored chips, right? It's 1, 2, 3, $40, okay? That comes back to the rack, and now, instead of $105, I've got almost $200 in profit, right? I missed the chance to double it. So from now on, the 1, 3, 2, 4 becomes 1, 3, 2, 4. Then it becomes 2, 6, 4, 8. And then it's going to become 3, 9, 6, 12, right? We're going to go up by a unit at least every time if you pull it off, right? That's how we're going to level it up. I did not press into that last night at all. Matter of fact, I could have, if I had been really bold about it, gone from a 1, 3, 2, 4 into a full 4-stroke parlay, right? After that, I chose not to do that. Let's go back over here again. I chose not to do that. I thought about it from the first leg. I thought about doing it from the first leg, but really it's 1, 3, 2, 4. Then I got to double the base and do the same thing again. Literally, I've never hit when I'm paying attention to it like I've been recently. 8 in a row like that, especially out of the gate, right? 8 in a row out of the gate is crazy town. So good run. Could have been a lot better had I played a little bit more aggressively. And because I walked in with 100 and I got to 180 in like 3 seconds, I could have locked up 150, taken that $30 and done it again, and I would have had another $100, right? I would have been 200% up. And again, if you're playing with green chips or black chips, when you get to those betting levels, right? That's an enormous profit. That's a great day's work right there. So lesson learned, the 1, 3, 2, 4 round 2 starts at a base of 2. I just need to level the base up and think that. Okay, to no PSO says, am I streaming the event? Yes. Your question about the Craft 3, yes. That is streamed for the entire event. It'll be done on Casino Quest's channel. So we're going to stream it to 300,000 people. Hopefully they're all watching and donating. So absolutely. All right, you want my camera set up? Email me. I'll tell you what I do here. It's actually very simple. It's an OBS bot. OBS bot 4K PTZ. It was like $350 for this one camera here, and it's got the little remote control thing, so I can like program it to be where I want it to be, and then press and save a button, and I get 3 save buttons, so I can make it look at here, look at my face, look at the ceiling, whatever. And I've got cameras like that, better ones, over top of the real table that I can kind of do the point and zoom thing, so I can get the whole thing set up pretty quick. So anyway, there we go. All right, that was the blackjack story, and it was a good one. Like I said, it was a good win. I'm on a nice little streak with blackjack, which is cool. Whatever, that will come to an end at some point. But for right now, I'm enjoying it. I've gone out with mom now, I think 5 or 6 times. I've won or tied every single time so far, from $25 to 200. I won 200 last night in total. But yeah, it's been fun because at a $5 table, it's only $100, and we're literally going there for 45 minutes. We have dinner. We go up there, we have a drink at the bar, we play some blackjack, we go out, have a cup of coffee, kind of talk a little bit, and come back home. It's been good hanging out with mom and Kat this whole time. So I'm gonna miss when she goes. She's actually leaving next week, so it's gonna be weird being alone. I know you guys love my personal life stories. All right, the best way to play craps. Period. We did this one last night, as you'll recall. That's a weird artifact there on the chip. So yesterday I went and I showed you Vegas Matt and some other guys that were, the best way to play craps, the way the book says, right? This is the most profitable way to play craps. And I make fun of them, right? I make fun of the math guys because they get so locked in on this is the only way to get it done, right? I play, as you have seen, a lot of low house edge plays. The Horseman's low house edge, like the Newberry's parlays, low house edge, the pass line parlays, low house edge, right? I like the low house edge grinder, reliable ways, right? What they do is they're reliably going to tie or win a little bit most of the time, right? You're not going to hit a home run with those things. So I don't dislike the play. I dislike the people that lean into that's the only way to do it, right? So I showed the videos yesterday as kind of a one of these to the guys that say that's the only way to play, just because, right? But I forgot to give credit where credit is due. The guys that showed that stuff, right? The videos I showed you, right? They did put up their losses. It wasn't like Greg Uhulu, who never loses live, never once lost live, right? These guys put up 50 grand and blew it, right? At least they had the balls to go out there and lose on camera, which I forgot to give them credit yesterday for that. That's why I want to talk about them today. Again, they're playing the quote unquote best way to play, which is not the best way to win. It's the best way to bleed a little bit slower, right? And I will say this to my grave: the people who play a super low house edge game, like their pass line max odds, that's all they'll ever play, and the rest of you guys are idiots. Those people have given up. They're not gambling. They're just there to. To me, you're more of a degenerate if you're going to do pass line and max odds than if you're going to go out there and hit a home run, right? I've heard those guys call Vegas Day Tripper a degenerate. I've heard those guys call bluff a degenerate. At least you're playing the game. You're out there, maybe not playing quote unquote the smartest way, in somebody else's opinion, but you're playing the game. You're out there giving it a shot. The guys that are pass line max odds have given up. They've given up. They know they're going to lose, and they're just literally there wasting time and money. They have given up. They aren't gambling. They say to me, you guys are taking up space when you play the Horseman from a real gambler. I would say a real gambler does not go pass line and max odds. A real gambler tries to win, and those guys are trying to tie. So there's my boom on that one. All right. What's my win-loss? You know what? I do it in $25 chunks. Honestly, when I go to craps, I'll show you what I do. Nizoki, I'll show you how I do this. The way I play blackjack, pretty different than how I play craps. Same idea in terms of goal, but blackjack you can kind of keep on playing, and same with box. So I'll show you here when I go to the table for craps. I'll show you how I manage the rack on that. So all right, back to craps. We're gonna go today again. Our 1 win and walk challenge. Right, we're trying to win a unit or a bullet or make the move work. We're trying to win something. So basically, we're gonna play a bunch of cool strategies, my 5 favorites basically, and try and make them win. These are the 5 most reliable strategies, not the 5 favorite strategies. There's a difference there, right? The most reliable ways to play: Horseman, pass line progression, little don't pass ladder, maybe a little back wall lay because I like Uncle Angelo so much and it's a fun one. And if you really want to just go after a score with a red cross, that's the most volatile one. Those are fun, easy, for the most part, low volatility ways to play. If I want to really go after a table, here's how I do it. If I have excess money, if I'm up in profit in a session, or I'm playing from the excess winning envelope, like Ken would say, it's Philly special, tier pressure, the pineapple press, duck and cover. These are the ways that I play when I'm really trying to hit it, right? And even when I'm up in profit, I like to start duck and cover and then turn it into a Philly special. Like that's the way that I play when I'm going really trying to create opportunity, right? These ways of playing will put me behind a little bit in terms of it might take me 6 rolls to get to where I can really hit the gas, where some guys hit the gas out of the way. But anyway, these are excess plays. These are reliable plays. Okay, let's get after it. Let's go into the thing here. And the horseman's up first. Now, I got a quick couple things to go through. First of all, to answer the question that was asked in chat, let me get my keyboard out of the way here, about how do I manage my money in blackjack. So what I've been doing is this. I'm gonna give you $100. We're gonna go $100, right? There's my 100, and I stack it up in 2 stacks of 50, and I put them over here, right? And for my first stack of 50, I'll start with my 1 unit bet, right? And if I happen like last night, right? We got the 2, I dropped a 3, we won the 3, right? And I go back to 2, right? There's the bank, right? I go to my stack and I make it look like $100 again. I have a stack of 2 sitting here, right? When this 2 won, and I made it look like 4, and the 4 won, I came back to 1 unit on the base. Over here, I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's $25. That's going over here and never getting touched. I'll put it here where you can see it better. But there's $25 never getting touched. I have 100 that I bought in with. My 25 I'm going to walk with. I got $1 or 1 unit out there, and I have 4 units to try it again. Right? I'll work this until it goes away. And what happened last night was that hit, and I dropped, and it hit again, and I went to 2, and then it hit again, and then we got the 4th one, right? Last night oh, that's great. I went back to 1 unit bet. There's 25, there's 25, there's 25. Now I've got $75 sitting over here in profit. That's never going away, and another $20 to play with. And I built this thing up over here $25 at a time. So every time I get $25, it goes in the lock pile. I get my $100 back, and I go, if I would have only had 25 and 4 after the first run, I would have locked the $25 and then play with the 4. If the 4 becomes another 25, great. If the 4 gets beat, I go home and I got a quarter. That's how I play blackjack locally, right? Because again, it's a $5 table. It's literally 3 minutes from my house, right? So I don't have to stay there for hours and hours and hours, but I will let that little bit of excess, that little $20 that was over my quarter, play forever. And that's how I do it. So basically I try to get my money back, and I try and build little $25 chunks. And every time I build $25, I lock it in, and it sits there. And that's the way that it goes. My mom did, you know what's funny, dude? Who asked that? Dice Dr. Dan? My mom did, we had a big fight last night. Actually, I had a double down. I had a 10 against the dealer 10, and I doubled it. She got really pissed off. She said, "What are you doing? You don't double that." I'm like, "You double it every time." Like again, you don't win money unless you get it up on the table, right? So to me, even a 10 against the 10, I doubled it because I caught the ace, right? And it was good for me. But she's like, no. I'm like, look, I've watched enough math videos. I understand this, right? It's a weird play, but always I do that. I didn't split 10s, but I did split 6s against the 7 one time. And she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "You know what? I just have a feeling like that's an optional play. It wasn't an advantage play, but we were so early in the shoe. I split the 6s, and that was one of the doubles that I caught. I caught a 4 here, and I caught a 5 here, and I doubled them both. Lost 1, won 1, right? So I made a couple of plays that I think are probably too aggressive, but anyway. All right, here we go. Let's get our play going. So as you know, we're now down here. We're down to 168 in losses. This is a loss, not a profit. So it's going over here in the John Sucks pile. But we're at a point finally where we have a chance to get ourselves back into profit. I'm not going to try and jinx us today, but We were down what, about $1,000 before, maybe 1,500. We've kind of battled back from that, so I feel pretty good about where we've gotten to. Let's hope that we can get out of here today. Right? Let's hope that our 5 strategies will do it. This is the Fabulous 5, the Fab 5 as Ken calls it, or the Fantastic 5 rather. And here we go. Horseman's up first. Again, we're going to do a horseman ladder today. So cross your fingers. We don't have a bad run, right? 2 units on the don't to get started. Let's rock it out. We got a 6. Good. We avoid the come out nightmare. Dan asked me, do I continue to play until my mom wants to leave? I stopped playing. I'll stop playing and watch. Right? I enjoy. And last night, Kathy was playing too. So Kathy is not a blackjack player. She's learning how to play. So I sat with her and we just kind of just worked her stacks. You know what I mean? It was fine. All right, come bet coming up. There's an 11 yo. That's perfection right there. Okay, well, there's one unit and win. There's an 8. That's awesome. Second come bet. There's a 5 and our third come bet. Here we go, horseman. That's a 10. That's not the greatest. Now we're fighting the 6, but we got 3 numbers up there, and we already won 1 unit. At least we're not going to be completely empty this time. There's a 6. Lose our don't. Here's the horseman's big hole, right? Hit the point, and then suck on a come out 7. So let's hope we can avoid that disaster, right? There's an 11 yo. There's a midnight. Wow. And there's an 8. Okay, so the point's going to be 8. The 8's going to come down and be paid as it gets set. So we have 3 units back in the rack. We have 2 units out there in play. Just a win, Dr. S. Just a win. Oh, that would have been a 10. Just looking for a win. And because I couldn't pull everything down, I had to keep playing there. So, all right, there's another 8. Wow. Boy, oh boy. And there's the 7. We lose those 2. All right, so we got 3 units of our 5 back. Now we're going to go into level 2, the ladder level. So here we go. 1. So we go up another unit. Unit is $50 on the don't. So this is our first one. And here we go. Let's see if it goes. That's a 9. We're going to fight the 9 with $100, and we're going to have our first $50 come bet. It goes to the 8. Good time for a big red here, huh? That goes to the 4. I did win the first. Oh, you know what? You're right. I could have pulled down. Duh. Dr. S is right. I could have pulled that. I could have pulled down when the first come bet won and pulled the don't. I could have. You're right. I blew it. I was talking and I was thinking I had a contract bet out there and I didn't. So I could have pulled it all back and won a unit. Now because of that, we're gonna get screwed. You watch. There's a 5. Okay, we got the 4, 5, and the 8. And of course we hit the 9 again, right? We hit our point again. Wow, our points are getting killed. And there's aces on the come out. There's another 9. Yeah, I blew it big time there. There's a 10. And there's another 9. Wow, look at the points being hit. The 9. Another 9. Good gravy. I think that's probably a repeater 9 for the shooter, I think, right? How about a 5? There we go. There's a 5. That pays, and it comes on back. And again, we don't just keep going out there. Now, if we look at my rack, by the way, I've got my first bullet back. There's the first shooter's back. Okay, so the first shooter's recovered. We got to get all this shit back now. There's a 6, which we're not on. There's another 6. We're still not on the 6. There's a 9. Wow, that 9, that's got to be the 6-9 if I was keeping track. It's pretty incredible right there. There's the 7. So those 2 fall. All right, we got our first shooter back and part of our last one. Now we're going to be third level in. We're at 150 on the don't. And these are $75 come bets. This is your ladder system at play, right? We're only giving it 3 cracks today. So we made this go down in flames here. We're giving it 3 shots and that's it. Not going to go deep, 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 deep. We're just going to give it the 3 shots. So let's do it. Ace deuce. That's awesome. That pays 150 down there on the don't. We love that, right? That helps a little bit. Let's see. This is almost our second shooter. So the second shooter is 150, 50, and one more 50 would be the second shooter back. Now what we can do is this. We can take a look at where we are here real quick. I may be able to wind down a level. Okay, so 100, 50, 50, and 50 is the second shooter, right? 150, let's see, 75, 75, and 75 is the fifth. So there's our 150, 75, 75, and 75. That's our third shooter, or third bullet rather, right? Our second bullet is 100, 50, 50, and 50. And our first shooter is, now we're just down to $50. So I'm going to go ahead and wind back a level. I'm going to come down the ladder back a level. I can go back to all the way base, or I can go back down the ladder, right? Here's the thing. We can go back down to level 2, or we can work this, right? And say, look, we're almost home. I can steal from level 2 and go back to level 1 and start all the way back over again. But I'm not quite home yet, right? Because I'm not quite home, we go down 1 level. I'll stay at the second level. And here, we could go all the way to base. There's an option in there, okay? Let's go. Let's fight the 6 at this level here, all right? It's hard to know when that shit's coming, right? So there we go. There's our 100 on the don't, 50 in the come. Let's rebuild the rack. So we have 100, 50, 50, 50. Our first shooter is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bank rolls back, $100 in profit. So coming down the ladder that time worked. Thank God it worked, right? It was a little. It gets a little dicey sometimes when you're in the middle of all that. I'm going to get the right color chips in here. In the middle of all that, you're on your last bullet. You're like, God, can we just get something? Sometimes that come out little ace deuce is the savior. You know what I mean? You get beat so many times down here on that damn 7 that you can't apologize when the good one happens. All right, puck is off. We're switching up. We're going to go to the pass line progression. Okay, now again, I just showed you the 1, 3, 2, 4. So we're going to take cracks at it. Here we go. The way we ladder this one up is this. Okay, and again, I'm trying to teach you guys how to make a ladder like Waylon does. So the first level, it's going to be a unit, and if we hit it, you press it, right? With the second one, 1, 3, 2, 4 is how we do it, right? So every time you do it, it costs you 2 units. We know that it wins 10 if it works. So we're going to take 4 cracks at it. Any one of those wins, we're up 2 units and we're done. So level 1 is 4. Level 2 would be double that. It's 8. Level 2 would then be 16 units. So we're going to get some greens here. Okay. And it looks a little different, right? Because we're going to go here. Our first bet's going to be 2 units. Our second bet's going to be 2 units, right? We're going to press the 2. So it's 4 per. 1, 2, 3, 4. 16. Our third level is 3 units. 1, 2, 3 with a 1, 2, 3 kicker. So it's 6 units per bet. And we need 4 cracks at that. 6, 6, 6, and there's the 4th 6. That's how we level this thing up. That's how the ladder works on this one. It's a big deal, right? A lot of money out there, right? Ladder 1, ladder 3, ladder 2, and ladder 1. There it is, the pass line parlay. We're going to try the 1, 3, 2, 4 down here. We catch a win out of the gate, we're good, right? We catch a win on the second one, we're going to be even better. Okay, 1, 3, 2, 4. We take 3 cracks at it from the pass line only, and we're going to do, again, it's 2 units per attempt is how we look at that. Let's come on out. Catch a come out 7 or 11, we're done. There it is, right? We win, bang. First one up, we're done. We don't need to go any further. We won our unit. That's it. It worked. Okay, now I'm going to show you. We're going to lock that up, but we're going to pretend we don't. I want to show you the pattern just to see if it works. I'm going to play this out, right? Just for funsies because we have some time, but we're locking it up. We're not really playing it. I'm just doing it for fun. I want you to see how this works. There's a 1, right? So let's say that it wins. We're going to take 1 from our rack. Our rack should have, see, 7 in it. We take 1 from our rack, and we go to 3. Okay? And again, we have 1, 2, 3 more cracks at this thing if it doesn't work this time. Here we go. Go to 3. There's a 4 for the point. Look at that. We're going to get jacked on this one. How about a 1, 3, 4, shooter? We just got a 1, 3, 4. Come on. There's an 11. Ooh. 11. Ah, saw the 1. Maybe we had a chance, right? 3, 2, 5. Another 3 O's. 3 O's, by the way, for this sequence here. All you crap freaks. Here we go. Midnight, 6. Come on. Give me that 4. Give me a 3, 1, 4. 7. So that goes down. We'll do it. Another one. Here we go. Pass line. Come out. 7 on the come out. So it wins. We add 1. Now we're on our second bullet out of 4. There's a 9. Let's get a 9. 10. 9. That's great. So we win our 3 units. Okay. We go back down to 2 units, and look what happens in our rack. Our rack is back. There's our 8 units that we started with for the shooter. Okay. We have 2 units in profit. That you can be done, right? After the 3, the 1, 3, you're up a couple of units. If your rack is good, you can be finished. Okay. If you don't like that, or you're too far down, you can just parlay that, or let the 2 units ride out, right? And we'll see if you can't get the excess. But you could be done there as well. And here it is. Here's the 11 yo. Stack up the 4. And here's the 1. This is the miracle. This is the miracle. This is the Barry Manilow special right here. Oh, we got a 10. We got a 10 on the Barry Manilow. Let's go. How about a 55, shooter? What do you think? A little 55 here? That's going to be aces again. Back-to-back aces, baby. 5-5. Give me a 5-5. Come on. A little hard 10. There it is. Hard 10 for the win. And booyah. In this case, right, there's your money back, right? And you parlayed it up into a nice 8-unit $200 win, right? That's the 1, 3, 2, 4. When that works out, it's a beautiful thing. Even on the second one, we locked up profit. We just took it a little bit more extreme there. 1, 3, 2, 4 is fantastic. All right, cool. We got the Horseman 1, the pass line progression 1. Now we're going to move into the Newberry ladder. Okay, and here we go. Newberry's ladder is going to be this. I think yesterday we realized we didn't have enough money. So we're going to go 100, 200. We'll go 400, 300, $400 in greens. I'll take these out of here. And we'll do, let's see, let's put this over there. Bring the bank closer to me. 400 in green, and we'll do, I think, 50 in red. So 50 in red, 400 in green. Okay, there's the reds. $450. And again, this is a $25 don't pass, and it's a step ladder. We lose, we go up by a nickel. Down, we win, we down by a nickel. It's a baby ladder. It's a baby ladder. Here we go. Bam. You're right, Jacob. That's the 100% what I said earlier. These kind of plays do not create opportunity, which is what David would say, right? You're going to win what you're going to win, and that's it, right? You're not going to be able to really hammer a table this way. This is a good way to build bankroll and stay alive and earn your comps, but it's not going to be a way to earn massive wins on a hot table. So here we go. Don't pass ladder on the don't for a quarter. This is from James Newberry. You see him in chat all the time. The guy's awesome. Here we go. We're on the 8. Actually, I'm going to make it say no 8 because I'm playing the dark side. All right, there's a 10. We don't care. Looking for some big red right now. Some big red freshness. There's a 6. Aces. There's the 8. We lose. Now we're out there for 30. Let it roll. There's an ace deuce. So we win 30 this time. Right? Win 30. You go down to a quarter again. You come back down your ladder. And there is our, I'm going to keep this at 50 as much as I can. I'm going to keep this, once this gets back to 200 and that's at 50, we're done. That's how we know. When you manage your rack the right way, you know. As soon as your rack is back to 250 or 450, everything here and here is yours. That's how you know you're done. Right now, we're up $5. We're not leaving for $5. Right? There is a 9. All right. The 9 was hot earlier. Let's hope that we can, let's beat the 9 here, huh? There's an 11. There's a 6. We need a 7. Big red. There's big red. Bam. Rack is back. And there we go. You're up $30 and you're bye-bye, right? Now, to Jacob's point, we should call this out actually. If you want to do something, if you want to do the 1, 3, 2, 4 like we showed you on the pass line, you can also do it in the come, right? You can have a pass line and have a come out 7 and go to 3. Your comeback can grab an 11 and go to 3, and then it travels up, right? And your next, and when it wins, let's say that you roll an 8 and it wins and it comes down, right? Your next comeback is 2. You can still play the 1, 3, 2, 4 with 3 comebacks or 2 comebacks plus your pass line. You just got to manage your bets all independently. You can grab some opportunity in here if you're willing to level up as you go, as you're playing. You don't got to stay flat all the time. I think flat betting is where you get destroyed. I think progression's where it's at. All right, so great. We're 3-0 so far today. The Newberry's ladder, nice easy win. Now we're gonna go to what's next. What's next? It is Uncle Angelo. Uncle Angelo, baby. All right. Again, we're gonna take just a couple of cracks at it. Not gonna go too crazy with this one, but it is a fun one. As you know, I love this one. Let's go ahead and get. We need 10. I'll take 10 in white. I'll take 15 in white. $15 in white. And we'll take, in our reds, we'll just take 25 in red. So we have $40 over here. Okay, so $40. 25 and 15. $40 on the right side. We have $200. We're just going to give it 2 cracks. Just 2 cracks at it. Okay, Uncle Angelo's back wall lay. Very simple. We're going to go to the back wall for 200. Looks like this. $40 on the 4 and 10. 30 everywhere else. $200 on the back wall. Okay, there's our $6 in VIG that we have to, of course, prepay. And there you are. So you're $206 on the back wall. The nice thing about this play, right? We're going for a come out 7. If we get a come out 7, we're heroes, right? If you get come out horn, it isn't like you're hopping the 7s and you're losing your hop. It isn't like you're playing the pass line and getting destroyed down there. You're just come out 7. If the worst case happens and a number gets hit, you bring your bets forward, you rebet it all, right? From the front side, you get that money back and you turn your bets off, right? The PSO will destroy you. Here we go. Looking for a come out 7. We got a 6. So what happens is this, the 6 loses. All that goes away, right? We get our VIG back and we say, bring the bets forward, dealer. So bring the bets forward. Your point is 6. And we're just going to get a number to hit. And that's it. Let them run forward. Let's try and get that money back if we can. If we catch a 7 here, we're going to be in bad shape. We catch an 8, right? Pays 35. Remember, we lost 30 coming out. There's $35, right? So $5 is profit. $30 goes back out for the 6. Now, we're going to turn the bets off and let this guy 7 out. Or hit the point. We're just working the come outs. There's a 9. There's a 6. Okay, so it hits the point. Relay the back wall. Another $6 in VIG. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Relay the back wall. Let's grab a come out 7. That's the whole strategy, right? There's another freaking 9. Okay, 9 goes. Lose the 9. Bring the bets forward, please. Get your VIG back. Oh, this strategy does make, but look at that, $40 right there. So for 2, 40 pays 80. $75, $80. Okay, now, we'll leave that here. We're going to put this 9 back, right? Turn the bets off. The point is still 9, okay? There's the $2 in vig. Now, where are we? There's 50. We have our 200 sitting out here, right? We bring all this back. There is 25. There's our $50 that we started with over there. There is 100. There's 200. That's our full bankroll, right? So we're up 25, $30 again. Okay, so again, a teeny tiny win. The 4 helped us out there because it was a bigger win. That's the whole thing. If the next one's to come out 7, Bob's your uncle. There it is. All right, we're out with that one. Good deal, Uncle Angelo for the win. That's a fun little strategy, isn't it? It's kind of goofy, but it's fun. All right, here we go. Now we're gonna play the iron cross. We're gonna go. Last one of the day is gonna be the red cross. Okay, so this takes $125 per shooter. 125. We'll do it. I don't know. Maybe we'll do it 3 times. I'm not gonna go crazy here. We'll do it 3 times for the red cross. Okay. I'm gonna put another $200 over here because there's gonna be times where we have to ladder up the don't. But here we go. 125 looks like this. 85 up top. Let's get reds. 85 up top. So it's going to be bam, bam. $3 or 3 units in the field. 4 units on the don't. We have a nickel change. Everything's off, by the way, for the come out, except for, of course, the don't pass. And all we're going to do is let the field run the box up. We're going to let the box fill the rack up. And down here, we parlay a first win. That's it. Parlay the win and hope for the best. Here we go. 6. Point is going to be 6. And again, we're going to leave this here. That's fine. Okay. It makes it a weird thing to leave. But again, think about this as a team play strategy. So either one of these things, we're going to try and hammer it. Let's go. We got a midnight. That's great. I'm going to pay it double, not triple, because trying to be more realistic here. So it pays double, which means 10, 10, and 10 for that $30. Now we got the whole thing across. And got an 8. That's great. Pays 35. 25. So it pays $35. We'll do it like this. 15, 35. We lose 15. We put the 15 back in the field, and $20 comes back to the rack. Now we've made a quarter on this shooter. Okay. We're looking for 3 hits though. This one here wants to get 3 hits. Okay. So we'll leave it where it is. Right. That was 2 hits, by the way. So any 3 hits will do. There's a 9. That pays 15 in the field, and it pays 14 up top, and we're done, right? We got the 1 hit of the 8, we got a hit of the 9, and we got the hit of the 10 or the 12. That's it. We're done. We'll leave this here for a minute. I'm going to bring this all back. Remember, it's 125. So there's let's get 25 and 25. There's your 125. That's your shooter back. Okay. We've got in profit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a quarter and $9. So I'll take this as $25. There's our quarter. We already had a quarter in the rack, which is fantastic. So we'll color that up. We have $50 in profit. Actually, $59 in profit plus our don't pass on the 6. Okay. I'm going to let this ride itself out. I'm actually going to take the $4 and go to the hard 6 with it. We're going to ride it out. We're going to take $55 profit no matter what, right? Let this thing ride out. Instead of doing the straight hedge, we'll play off the 6. If it comes hard, great. If not, we win $15. And that's all. It's all good in the hood right there. There's an 8. I'd love to see a 33, actually. They would win us good money down there, right? There's a 9. 10. 33. Lose 20, but we win 9 times 4 or $36, right? So we're going to win 35, $36. Get the 4 back, make that look like another nickel, and we are out of here with another 40. So today we win 75, 85, $95 in the Red Cross. So all 5 strategies today won, and here's where we are. Not a bad day today. I'm pretty happy with that. So all 5 won. Our net today is going to be 100. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 greens. 1, 2. There's 25 in reds. So $275. All right, 275 is our win. Now we were down before 168, right? So we can take, we'll take 168 out of here. So 150. I'll get this quarter cleaned up here. Like this. There's 150, 168. This eats up our losses, which means finally we have a profit. We're up $117. Now, does not feel like a lot, right? This is our 4th week in. We made $100 in 4 weeks, right? Remember, there was a period of time there in the first week where I was up about $700. And then we had the nightmare of duck and cover and the skill 66 getting destroyed for $600 each 2 days in a row. We were down about 1,700, right? In the week 2 and the early part of week 3, we switched over to all these low volatility, no opportunity, low house edge plays. And guess what? We managed our rack. We made smart decisions. We took small wins and stopped. And we came back from about 1,700 down to being up about $100. Okay. Now the net is up $100. The feel for you should be we've won about 1,800 in the last 9 episodes. That's pretty freaking good. That's really, really good. We've come all the way back and we're in Profito land, right? I'm going to put that over here on the other side of the donkey and feel pretty good about that. We feel pretty good about that. That's a really good comeback. I got to clean these chips up here in a little bit, but yeah, I'm stoked. That was actually very, very, very solid. Let's go to here. I feel good. I feel really good. I had a feeling we were going to do it. And the reason why is because these low house edge plays, a unit, right? You're going to eventually catch it where you win the unit. Laddering them can be dicey, right? I get why people love the ladders, right? You can't see it, but when we're in the horseman and we're at level 3 in that ladder, I'm not loving my life right now, right? Could have a 4th level, of course, but when you get to level 3 of a 3-leg ladder, you're kind of scared a little bit, right? So laddering is not for everybody. It's not my way because I get a little bit bankroll squirrely because we don't have a lot of bankroll. We're playing with just a couple $100 here, right? So again, it's worked. It's worked. We've been okay with it. And I'm happy that we got some profit. I'm happy that we're finally ahead, man. Being down almost 2K, whatever it was we were down last week, that feels pretty good to come storming back like that. So, all right, let's review some questions and answers here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. We go look for Q, capital Q. Only a couple questions. So we already talked about the win-loss when I'm playing blackjack. I don't really have a loss limit there. I'm gonna burn the 100 basically. To me, it's $100, right? I should look at that differently. But what I buy in for always is what I'm willing to lose, right? If I buy in for 100, I'm gonna lose. If I buy in for $1,000, I'm losing $1,000, right? I'm gonna take that shot. And if I'm playing with 1,000, right? And so instead of $5 chips, they're $25 chips. It's the same ratio, right? Those stacks of 5 are $125, $125, right? You're putting good chunks of money together. Those little 5-unit stacks that I create as I go become 125, 125, 125, and before you know it, you got $300. That's how I do that. If I lose the grand, I lose the grand, but I'm going to still play the same way. I still attack it the same way. Dr. S says for the Nexus app, so here's how it works. The app itself, just the shell, right? Which is the bankroll manager, the strategy. It's got the bankroll manager piece. It's got the session logger piece. You can log, how your sessions went. It's got the goal statement piece. It's got the craps roll tracker. It's got the roulette roll logger. It's going to have, what else is in there? I'm trying to what else in the base. I think the base level also has, I think it's got Bach and blackjack trackers. It's also going to have the kind of run your own strategy thing. So you can download a strategy from dicer.io and run it against your stuff. All that's built in. That's all that the app is, all that nerdy shit that I talk about all the time. That's a one-time fee. I think it's $20. Then if you want the craps app that rolls into it, the craps game, that's $5. Now you can play craps and it's, visual drag and drop like crapsy. You're playing craps for real for $5. all you want. Play all the craps you want. No strings attached forever. Okay, that's it. If you want to play network craps, in other words, you want to play craps with other people, and we have to, connect your device now to the internet and play live with a bunch of folks, or roulette, or blackjack, or whatever else, that's a monthly fee for that piece. So you can play craps for $5 for the rest of your life. And that's just all the games you want to create, and it's all good. You want to connect to a remote table, we have to charge monthly for that because there's a fee for that, right? To keep the servers going and all the connectivity that we have to put in place to make it so you can play a network game, that's very, very costly. So there's a monthly fee for that. But if you want to just download the app and play games locally and never connect online, it's one-time fee. So we want to make it fair. We want to make it so that it's just like it's a good core app, and then the games you want, you add them on. If you want to play online, you add that on, but you don't have to. And I wanted to make it really, really simple and really, really affordable. And I'm trying to make sure that we have at the base level all the best tooling. Like, for example, I'm going to try and build in the Blackjack basic strategy trainer, the Blackjack card counting component, the Baccarat card counting. All that's going to be built into the basic app. The basic app's going to have all that stuff. So everything except for gameplay will be in the base app. So it's going to be well worth the $20. There's apps out there that just do roll tracking and nothing else for $70, right? So I think we're threading the needle there pretty good. It's feeling pretty good. Actually, I think I might have a developer hired. I think by tomorrow I may have a guy hired. So I'm looking forward to that piece. Dan, I must have made a mistake somewhere. I think I did. I probably did. I don't know what I did. Okay, any other PCs that are out there that I missed? Looks like no. Let's go to the end of the list here and see. Ken, big lesson learned. What strats are best for this, right? Again, you're not going to make a reliable 1 or 2 units playing a home run or bust strategy. The home run or bust strategies are for hitting home runs, right? When you get up, right? The 180 that I'm up or whatever I'm up over here, this is the time to go out 110 inside and give it a shot if you're going to. Now, this is not enough, obviously, but if I had $1,000 in excess, yes, now you go back in, you want to play something like this and have a cigar and high five everybody, that's when you do that. You don't do it from your core bankroll. That's the thing that we have to all, hopefully everybody's getting that from this series. Watching Ken, watching me, it's so important, right, to do this. Now, again, the red cross is the dicey one. The red cross is the diciest one here, no question. We can do something like the I can't believe it wins as a way to showcase some of this stuff. Maybe I'll do that instead of one of these next week or something. But I think the proof is in the sauce over here, right? There we go. Okay. So these are pre-investment options. So what David's doing here is for $20, you're just basically pre-buying the app. For $100, you're taking part in the development of the app. It's more like for the $100, you're going to get everything. So $100, the $20 gets you the core app. You're just getting it early. The $100 user's getting everything. They're going to get the core app, every game we ever make, and all the networking shit forever for free. Like you're pre-buying the golden ticket early. You won't pay the monthly fee if you pay the $100 now. That's what that is. That's the clarification. So the guys that are paying $100 ahead of time are getting all the games, and they're prepaying for lifetime network access. So it's kind of like you're putting up with me, right? And when you pay the $100, by the way, I do a live demo every week. So every week I pull the code up, I showcase where we are, they take questions and answers from the group. So you're part of that internal group, and you're helping drive the feature set. So when I say, oh, we're going to do this or that, we take a vote, and you're kind of part of that. So the early adopters are really kind of prepaying for the app, and the privilege for that is to help me kind of suss out what we want the app to do, and that's where that gets you there. So, all right, cool, thanks. And Dr. S, then I'll get to see you in the thing. We'll see you in the what do you call it, in the live demos. So, all right, guys, I'm out here. And Dr. S, let me know, by the way, over email. I think I owe you an email back if you're doing that cruise in Florida. So, all right, you guys have a great day. Love y'all. Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching me be a maniac every day. I really appreciate you. And remember that this is the truth. A bee cannot teach a fly that honey is better than shit. And I said this, it works on my shows and it works in real life. It's about as true a statement as I could ever make, right? In every argument you're in, you are the bee and your opponent is the fly. Remember that they look at you as the fly too. So a little bit of this going on there, right? Love y'all. God bless everybody. I'll see you later on. Bye.